There we go. We're live everywhere. We are live on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is stand-up comedian Jake Vevra, live from New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. How is by you?
Pretty good, you know.
I want to...
Things considered.
Yeah. I kind of want to avoid the big news for a while because fucking everyone's talking about it.
Well,
and I'm not...
Before the end, right?
We got to hit it before the end, but it's like there's so much going on.
Also, I should have pointed this out earlier. Is your Yeti on? I mean, I know I had this issue last week. Yeah. Okay,
it's on.
It just sounds kind of hot. It might be on my end.
Are you? Because TikTok, I'm through a little mic. I'm double mic'd here, so.
Okay. No, I don't hear you through TikTok.
Oh, okay, good.
All
right.
Sorry to interrupt there.
Well, we got Rich is here. Paul has showed up. So.
What's going on, Paul?
All right, we'll get to the big news story. Let's hit some of the things that are getting pushed aside.
Sure.
First of all, Supreme Court upholds roving patrols for immigration stops in Los Angeles. The Supreme Court literally said, where is it that they can, damn it. It said something like they can be there it is. The Supreme Court ruled Monday for the Trump administration and agreed U.S. immigration agents may stop and detain anyone they suspect is in the U.S. illegally based on little more than they're working at a car wash, speaking Spanish, or having brown skin. Profiling is legal now. The Supreme Court has said profiling is absolute. My favorite is working at a car wash, brown skin, speaking Spanish. Those are pretty funny. But adding, why didn't they go all the way and say gathered outside a Home Depot or something like that? Because, this is scary and insane, but it's also funny and sad.
I'm just glad we have a president who's finally willing to stand up and protect me, an American citizen, from car washers. You know what I mean? I'm always freaked out by those guys.
Well, I don't
taking the fight to where it belongs.
Maybe it's because I live in Iowa and I am isolated, but I don't know what's going on in New York where there are too many cars and you don't need them, given you got subways and buses and everything. But
we have a lot of cars.
You know? I know there's a lot of cars. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure there should be. We have seen an explosion, and everybody pipe in the comments. Paul, I'm curious about Nebraska. Rich, I actually don't know where you live. But we have seen a huge influx of subscribe and save car washes where you have the little, self wash and you have but these are chains, like Big Mike's. There's a tidal wave where you just literally pull in and someone squirts down. You don't need people. You need one guy, and that's it, because it's a fully drive on the conveyor belt, and they are everywhere. We have seen a huge influx of these. So what car washes are Latino people working at?
Yeah, that's true. I think the robots already took those jobs. Everybody was freaked out about immigrants taking their jobs. No. You got to be worried about the robots, the AI. The robots are doing a victory dance. They're like, we distracted them with Mexicans. Turns out they should have been worried about Skynet. I have your job. Ha, ha, human. I have your job. Ha, ha. They pay me nothing, but they programmed me to like it.
Paul says, I need to whiten up a bit now. No, you're Hawaiian. We actually actively conquered your island through negotiations. So you are a wanted American. We took over the Hawaiian Islands. Hey, we know you're an independent kingdom, but oh my goodness, World War II, you need to be with us for safety, and now we own you. So yeah.
Not till Trump's third term. He's getting rid of that star. He doesn't like it. He's giving it back.
Jet splashes, yeah.
He's deporting the Hawaiians. He's deporting Jason Momoa.
Well, he is a Hollywood liberal. We have a shit ton of jet splashes, almost all white people. Yeah, it is all white people here, but I'm just saying that you don't even need. So this is obviously, it says that it's specific to Los Angeles, but I'm sure it's not. The fight came from Los Angeles. The Supreme Court didn't rule that. Well, it says from snatching off Southern California streets. Will they have to fight it in every goddamn city? Because it's pretty fucking scary to think this. Like, I know the Supreme Court was right and biased and asshole, but to literally say that, yes, profiling is now legal. I mean, is there I'm stupid. Is there an amendment to the Constitution that says you have a right to exist without,
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. I mean, and I see that Tom Homan guy on TV always going, well, it just means your look. Like, for example, if you have MS-13 tattooed on your head, like, that's not what went to the Supreme Court.
Right.
Not the most liberal judge in Berkeley or Portland would have a problem with you detaining a guy because he has MS-13 fucking scribbled on his head. And that's not the vast majority of people that's being rounded up by ICE. I know this because if you had ICE handcuffing a dude with MS-13 tattoos, that video would be all over Fox News and the New York Post. You would not get away from it. Furthermore, ICE stands for Immigration Customs Enforcement. That's not who they're sending to take care of the violent criminal. SWAT team is going after the MS-13.
Although the ICE looks like SWAT teams.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Yeah, the guys
I look like I have tits
all on their fucking face and shit. Oh, you don't just look like my friend. The camera adds 2 tits. This is what's going on here.
I can't even get them. They're not there, but the shirt cuts it and makes it look boobies. I gotta sit straight.
It's rough, dude. It is an unfair. It is an unfair. That shirt transitioned you without your knowledge.
I played pickleball. I played pickleball for a couple hours this morning, so I didn't even change before podcasting. Paul says I got called a haole by a Hawaiian. He said it means white. Okay, this has nothing to do with anything. I worked with a comedian named Steve Byrne. He's Asian, and he had a great story. I'm not even going to try and do it justice, but he basically, when he was a kid, he was because he was Asian, people were racist against him and slant eyes and said all sorts of horrible things to him. But then now that he's an adult, he got a break in Hollywood that they were going to make a show. And when they tested the show, Asians said, oh, no, he's not Asian enough. He's too white. He's lived in America. So when he was a kid, he was too Asian for America. And now when he's an adult, because he wasn't woke enough, he was too white to be considered Asian for his own show. That's the America we live in. You're never correct, no matter what you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Rich knows how to pronounce Howley. Oh, and Todd, smart Fourth Amendment, illegal search and seizure and a presumption of innocence unless seen doing wrong. So, absolutely. So, if you are literally existing well brown or speaking Spanish, that is you, quote, seen doing wrong.
Yeah.
This is the country we live in, ladies and gentlemen.
Pretty wild.
I love when Pat Morita said he hadn't been Japanese since December 1940. What? That's actually funny. Oh, Rich lived in Oahu. There we go. But yeah, so again, that's a story that obviously the big news story overshadowed
I know this isn't like a new thought or concept, but I mean, if taking American jobs is what you're so upset about with these people, get mad at the fucking people hiring them. Sorry, don't get mad at the person being exploited for $4 an hour. Get mad at the fat white guy in the truck who's making $200,000 a year by taking the jobs of Americans to exploit an immigrant.
Yeah, I mean, is it literally about taking our jobs, or are they mad because of using our resources? They come here and they clog up the. I can never tell, honestly, what they're angry about because it shifts.
There's that, and then they also go, they're committing crimes and things like that.
That's what I forgot. Yeah, it's the crime.
They do the crime thing, and it's
even though statistically it's been proven absolutely wrong.
Oh, well, yeah, statistically they're going to commit less. The undocumented people. I mean,
and they're going to start more businesses.
if you can get deported for getting pulled over, you're using all the fucking turn signals. You're driving 25 the whole way. It's just, it's one of those things. Yeah, there are going to be people within that group, but it's like, I mean, of course. And then they go, well, we want to deport the criminals. It's like, yeah, dude, after somebody serves their sentence, they get fucking deported. Like, I don't know how that escaped people.
Well, I mean, it's because Obama and Biden, who both deported fuck tons of people, weren't showy about it. They weren't, like advertised. And maybe they should have. Maybe they should have said, hey, we just deported, 20,000 in 1 year, all criminals, like I don't know, because it's an issue the right was able to run with, was crime and bad and horrible and brown.
We've seen it in states where they've really gone, we're gonna deport all the people on the farms, and then no one goes and works there, man. I mean, vegetables just rot on the fucking vines, man.
And speaking of that's another story that's actually getting a little traction that I think is hilarious. Oh, I got a pop-up ad. South Korean workers fly home after a Hyundai plant immigration raid. This is one of my favorite stories of the week. Is this far right, Trump wannabe woman? I can't think of her name but she called in like, "Oh, ICE needs to raid this plant," and they did, and they arrested all the Korean workers that were there to train the American workers how to run the plant, and. So after it was discovered that
now they gotta watch YouTube tutorial videos on these like obscure South Korean batteries and stuff.
Right, and so the plant is on hold. So 300 nationals took off. I read in this article that one remained. Trump called and said, "Hey, we really need you to stay and train us." 475 were arrested. It's somewhere in the article it said one person decided to stay back and continue to help. I mean, that's fucking dedication. That is a kind soul right there that goes, yeah, you arrested me, you threw me in detention for a week, but shit happens. But my God, fucking our own economy through racism and fear and hype and bullshit. It's so beautiful that the plant is going to be months and years behind schedule now because of this.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was about getting manufacturing back in the States. And then they were like, we're going to arrest the people who we invited here to train. I mean, I thought you couldn't have made one fucking phone call before you did that.
Well, I mean, no one made any phone calls. The woman made the phone call like, you need to raid the plant. And ICE just goes barreling in and arrests everybody. No one steps up and goes, hey, before you arrest them, let's talk this through, or it's just literally all action and zero thought. And yeah, Korea is supposed to be a great trading partner for us, a great ally.
They're an ally,
and we fucked them. I said supposed to be because we fucked them, not that they aren't. The person who stayed had family. Oh, okay. So there we go. He stayed, Stofi and Ken. Thank you. The person who stayed had family that was U.S. citizens. He stayed for his family, not Trump. So that's why. So everybody else took off. One stayed, but it wasn't. So I gave that person, I don't want to say too much credit. I said kind, but they had personal reasons for staying. So. And yes, this is the part where I was
talking about, like, we could have been treated better in North Korea than we were in Tennessee or wherever the fuck that was. That was crazy.
Korea is super pissed and may cancel. I don't know that they will cancel all future investments, but it's going to be a long, there's going to be some fucking heavy apologies coming. There are going to be contracts in place that say nothing, but it's not going to just get brushed over. But I think they will cancel everything short term, maybe a couple of years. Everything that's going on, we got 3 more years of this presidency. We got 3 more fucking years, 3.5 more years. And this shit's just going to get worse. It's nothing good is coming of any of this.
They did bungle that Hyundai plant,
They did. All right. It's sad to report that we live in a consequence-free world. Michigan judge tosses case against 15 accused fake electors for Donald Trump in 2020. They wanted to falsely certified Donald Trump as having won Michigan in 2020. But the reason the judge gave for letting him free said that whether or not
with crypto.
I wish said that they thought that I can't find it again because I started the headline, but basically they said, oh, there it is. Whether they were, quote, right, wrong, or indifferent, they, quote, seriously believed there were problems with the election. So they accidentally did something completely illegal, and therefore they shouldn't be punished.
Dude, I slipped, fell. I falsely certified an election. It happens.
There's a comedian. He writes for Saturday Night Live. He put out a comedy special. He has a great joke about that. His girlfriend cheated on him, and she goes, I didn't mean to. It was an accident. He's like, oh, yeah, you were just standing there, and all your clothes fell off, and all his clothes fell off, and he walked over, and he tripped, and his penis fell in your vagina, and you oh, my God, I can't believe this. It's an accident. Like, that's not a fucking accident. The idea that I get that there's intent.
Yeah,
there's
these guys are electorate whores.
Yeah. There's first degree murder, there's manslaughter, there's attempted. So they don't get maybe that's the problem, is the prosecution went for everything because they tried to steal an election, but then again, all the January 6th got let off. So yeah,
right.
We live in a consequence-free world.
I'm glad you brought that up. I think they realized, they were like, listen, we could spend all day convicting these guys and just have it overturned by Scalia and the boys in the Supreme Court anyway. Or we can just let them off now and have a half day on Friday. I think, it's going to get overturned anyway. Let's go have pizza. Let's go have pizza.
That's actually, I actually would respect that, because I'm as lazy as anyone. And if you tell me work a full day or get pizza and ice cream, I'm choosing pizza and ice cream. I mean, I already got the tits for it. The YouTube can't see my tits. It's the full TikTok live that when I sit up, my shirt right there catches, and I got to pull it down to get rid of my tits.
Glad you pointed it out, man, because I wouldn't have noticed. It's a black shirt. It's you know what I mean. It's normally slimming. You got the one unslimming black tank top that apparently transitions you without your consent. That's fucking wild, man.
It's 2025. It's we do transition without consent. All right, one more story, then we're going to hit the big one. Another banner ad. Florida Surgeon General says decision to end school vaccine requirements wasn't based on data, or data, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But I saw clips of the interview, and he was asked, what did you study to come to this decision? And he's just like, so do I need to analyze whether it's appropriate for parents to be able to decide what goes into their child's body? I don't need to do an analysis on that. Holy fuck. You're supposed to be... Is this guy a doctor, or is he just another asshole that was given a position like RFK Jr.?
Dude, okay. I at least respect RFK Jr. a little more, because he goes around the world eating weird shit, and that's kind of cool, well,
and we did lose
unrelated
the famous chef. If the famous chef was here, then he's stealing his thunder.
Right. But
what was his name?
I don't think RFK took a lot of those vaccines. So, I respect an unvaccinated anti-vaxxer. At least they're willing to die by the sword. You know what I mean? At least they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. I saw this guy in an interview where they were asking him, are your kids vaccinated? Dude wouldn't answer the question. There's nothing I respect less than a vaccinated anti-vaxxer. You're a poser. How dare you?
That is weak. And that means it's just a pandering issue where it's like, okay, I get it. Vaccines are good, but there's this consensus from the dumbest of the dumb that they're bad. So yeah, I'm going to pander to that. Speaking of vaccines and what, thanks. Anthony Bourdain. Yeah, I completely blanked on his name. At least I didn't say it was that chef with the eyes. That would have been good. That chef with the eyes.
True.
But
that's true.
As
opposed to the blind chef, he just walks in there and just kind of, feels his way around.
Right.
And he just goes by the nose.
Sense.
And
yes.
the taste buds. He doesn't fuck around. He's like, the eyes can beat deceiving. Now, the presentation, admittedly, on his plates, a little fucked up. But the food is delicious.
He needs a sous chef for that. He needs a side chef. But V for Wombat, just really quickly on the side, says he's much lazier than me. Also, welcome back from the hospital, V for Wombat. So glad you're out of the hospital. Thanks for joining us.
Wombat. I love the, I'm glad you're out of the hospital too. And I like the name too, V for Wombat, because it points out, and I've said this for years, the W That's a double V. All right. That's stealing the V's thunder. As a guy with 2 V's in my last name, I find the term W offensive. It's a double V.
There you go. The rollback announced on September 3rd starts with changes that other vaccines, measles, polio, and whooping cough, are written into state law. So they would have to vote to remove them. I guess that's what's going to happen. But here we go. He said, the Surgeon General said he also wants those gone, calling vaccine rules a violation of bodily autonomy. A violation of... Hey, Jake... What, again, is Florida's stance on abortion? Speaking of bodily autonomy, they wouldn't be hypocrites, would they? They wouldn't be absolute lying fucking hypocrites and saying that they're all for bodily autonomy, except for when it comes to case of women. They wouldn't do that, would they? Something like 6 weeks, maybe? Yeah.
You have to keep the baby, but you don't have to vaccinate it. I believe is their stance.
Yeah, it's a baby at conception, and you got to save its life. But the joke I made, I have a video coming out in a couple of days. I recorded it. It said it's just a stupid joke, and I'm not even going to try and sell it. But the delicious, beautiful irony is, in Florida, kids used to have to go to school to get shot. Now they might not make it to school because they didn't get their shots. That's irony.
There you go. And if they do, they're spreading the bubonic plague anyway, so they don't need to. They don't need to do that.
Yes,
they can just sneeze on everybody and do the mass unaliving that way.
That's what we got to do. Is we got to get infected people down there.
It's like, look, you can't abort your baby, but you can abort it with the plague. When it's in it's not term or whatever. So it's like you just got to play by the rules.
Yeah, late term. They don't like the morning after pill. They don't like Plan B, which doesn't allow it to become a baby. They don't like the idea that you just menstruate the day after sex. No, they want it to be born and then slowly suffer.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump to the big story, shall we?
How crazy is it going to be if it turns out this guy is bought out by the iron lung lobbyists? If big iron lung,
the Florida Surgeon General.
Yeah. It's
that'd be awesome.
Kind of MAGA shit. He's just like, listen, man, the lung lobbyists in Florida. You don't go up against them. They got deep pockets. You can either take the silver or take the lead. That's the saying with the iron lung people here.
And Mega Mensch says only junkies like needles. Fair point. If you're not a junkie, you're not going to like the needle. But of course, in the hospital last week, got stuck with dozens. I thought there was one that no. Casey Anthony has been named Childhood Wellness Ambassador for Florida. Yes, that would be. Born and slowly suffer. Isn't that Catholicism? I mean, the comment section's on fire here. This is Dad used to say Republicans only care about kids from conception to birth. He's accurate. And that's what they do need. They do need vaccine gummies. Instead of getting shots, we need to put it in a nice, flavorful gummy bear chewable form.
I'm not giving my kids vaccines unless they get B plus or better in every class. That's why it's like, listen, if you don't do your homework, you're going to get the fucking plague, little man.
Very, very well thought out.
Yeah. You got to earn them vaccines.
All right. As I said a second ago, let's jump to the big story. I have a different take on it to begin. I think I'm going to start a video series called Why Snoop Dogg is a Pussy. And I only have one episode, and I'm going to shoot my entire wad here. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Snoop Dogg going to see a movie and going, oh my God, there are gay people in the movie. How do I have this conversation with my kid that gay people exist? My daughter came home from school Thursday on, was it the 11th, 13th? Yeah, on Thursday. So he got, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on the 10th, on Wednesday night. On Thursday, my daughter comes home from school and says, yeah, a bunch of kids were talking about this guy getting shot, this politician or something like that. Now, my daughter is 13. She doesn't know who Charlie Kirk is because she's a kid and we don't really talk politics in the house. We don't really tell her like, hey, there are these people out there that are politicians and some are this. She's a kid. So she
Charlie
comes home.
Kirk was actually my 2-year-old's first words, but anyway, I got him. I got him on the internet early.
But the whole point is, she came home. So my wife and I, we were. I think we were driving in a car. We picked her up. But either way, we said, "All right, well, Charlie Kirk wasn't a politician. He's what's known as a pundit. He gave speeches. He believed certain things. People disagreed with him back. And so we got to explain if we can have that talk with our daughter." And by the way, it's a daughter who's known that gay people exist since birth because, just sort of like, oh, some people, most men like women, some men like men, who cares? If I get to have that talk about what an assassination is with my daughter, then Snoop Dogg can have a conversation with his grandkid that gay people exist. So that is my first episode of Snoop Dogg is a Pussy.
I did see a longer Snoop Dogg clip. I think people are being too hard on him, honestly.
Go ahead. I just read the article.
He was, man, if you look at the clip, he's just kind of laughing about it. And like, if you read the quote or just see it by itself, it sounds like I got something to say about queers and stuff. Right. Like it comes off like that. It's really just him going like, oh man, I wasn't expected to have this talk. Whoa, it's just awkward.
All right,
grandpa moment. Like it's really nothing, man. And honestly, like he's the grandparent. It's not his job to have that kind of talk with the kid. You know what I mean? And like that's more on the parents anyway. So I think people have been really, they should be harder on him for the murdering and the cribbing. You know what I mean? This I feel is a little worse than this. I think is worse than just saying a funny little thing about gay people.
God damn it! Now I'm angry because I'm one of I only saw the article and the article was obviously taken out of context and I looked at it and I didn't get like outraged, but I'm just like, come on, Snoop, you could talk about gay. So saying that you said fuck, I fell for it. I feel like shit. I fell for it. So there goes my series on Snoop Dogg is a pussy. So I take it back. I apologize.
Many elected officials with R's next to their name have said way more homophobic shit on the House floor than Snoop Dogg did in that interview.
Oh, I wish I'd seen
it. He's a rapper
from
the 90s. Most rappers from the 90s have said way more homophobic shit than Snoop Dogg did on that video.
And if you remember, I said I saw the movie. And it literally was stupid pandering. There was no point in having that moment where you had certain people going, "Whoa, wait, lesbians?" I mean, you could have just made a movie. Like it was at a time when Disney was trying to shoehorn gay in so that it'd be. And I get it. You're just trying to introduce it to kids so that they understand that there's nothing wrong with being gay. But it also sticks out like a sore thumb when you do it really, really awkwardly and poorly, like they did.
I've already got my kids watching Milk. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting, like I start with that before the cartoons.
Yeah. Say Sean Penn won an Oscar for this.
That's right.
Sean Penn.
That's right.
Well, I mean, so other thoughts on what happened. I have to admit, I love the fact that we're finding out that it's sort of a Tupac Biggie rivalry among the alt-right. That's better than it being a left-wing transgender extremist, because that could have started a civil war. Maybe not, but it was really fucking pleasant and relieving to learn that it was a member of the Nick Fuentes crowd, probably.
I did love watching the entire conservative media and every right winger I know on social media just outrage it. This is clearly the left. They're blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, wait till you catch the guy. Did you not learn that from the Butler one? That was kind of a high profile one. It was, I mean, it's natural to assume that's what it is because of his political leanings and why people might be mad at him. But there's a lot of just infighting on the right, for one thing, which is what it kind of seems like. But then it also kind of seems like he's also just sort of a nut job, man. Yep. Believe it or not, most people that are just going to kill somebody for talking, no matter how bad what they're saying is, they're a little fucking nutty. It's not like, I love the assumption that, well, this is clearly like a left, like liberal, like, yeah, but even if it was somebody on the left, it's clearly not going to be somebody that kind of lines up with the major. It's not
Bernie Sanders. It's not going to be like a fan of AOC. People that are actively, I was going to say calling for peace.
I finished listening to NPR. I took off my blue ceramic glasses and my little sweater vest with
on my Kevlar. Yeah.
And then I strapped the fuck up and I was like, no more. I will finish my vegan lunch. and then I will bathe him in lead. Like, what? No, it's going to be a fucking nut job. Look, there was a school shooter a few weeks ago who was both trans.
There was a school shooter that day. Yeah.
And there was one that day. So it's like their shit ain't always going to match up. The loonies that fucking shoot people up, they're going to be a little off the rails. You know what I mean? They're not going to line up really with most mainstream anything.
Did you see, we're going to cut to the comments in a second. Did you see Nancy Mace's before and after? It's going viral right now.
Hilarious.
I know.
She practically tried to blame Sarah Jacobs.
she did such a like, oh my God, fuck the left, death. And then it was like, Kirk would have prayed for this poor soul had they been able to talk it out. I mean, we're talking about Nancy Mace is one of the worst people on the planet because she is.
You think she would have sent that fucking tweet if it was a transgender shooter or even somebody who was like on if it was like you know what I mean, like some kind of lefty person, a communist, whatever. There's no fucking way she's sending that tweet. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. I mean, because this is a woman who is a rape survivor who supports an adjudicated rapist. And anytime she's asked about it, like you were sort of like, yes, it was the most traumatic. And yet Trump is a rapist. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
Bathroom laws against trans people.
Right.
Wait, did it happen by a trans person in the bathroom? No, it's a straight dude at a frat or whatever. It's like, what? They passed laws against straight dudes. Look, Larry Nassar was the
straightest of the straight.
The doctor for the gymnast for 8 years, molested hundreds of girls. It's still legal for me to have that job. That should be illegal. I shouldn't be able to show up like, hey, here's my lab coat. I'm here to inspect the girls. Like, what? Pass laws against dudes having Larry Nassar's job. And Nancy Mace, before you start with trans people in the bathroom. Christ.
I remember being a kid. I couldn't tell you what age, probably early teenage or something like that. Not like a kid, but I learned what a gynecologist was. And I remember having the thought, wait, why would a woman go to a dude gynecologist? Why would a woman?
Dude, if I ever go to,
if they have two, if there are female gynecologists, and why would they go to a dude? And it's still to this day blows my mind that they'd be like, oh yeah, you got all these little girls, and he's gonna like, well, let's get in there and like it. I do not understand it, and I especially if there are any men right now entering the field of gynecology, I will never. Why? Who would go to? But yeah,
if I ever pick my wife up from the gynecologist and some dude is waving by with a lab coat going, hey, keep it tight. Hey, I'll see you next month. Woo! I will suicide bomb that fucking clinic. All right, I will run in there
next
like
month.
I will have C4 strapped to me. I will have C4 in my undies. I will fucking go crazy.
How often does your wife see the gynae? I thought that was an annual thing.
Why is this week? What the hell's wrong down there?
All right, Sophie and Ken. Lots of conspiracy theories about the shooter. They say the shooter is a member of the Groip. That's what they're saying now. I didn't know what it was. I had to fucking Google what Groiper Army was. I am learning all this on the fly. There were guys giving Navy SEAL hand signals just before he was shot, and a mystery plant flew up. I mean, there's going to be conspiracy. Here we go.
They have to ramp up. Oh, okay. Sorry, was that?
Just have your kids watch The Crying Game. That used to teach about gays. I ruined The Crying Game in the theater for people. I was sitting there, and I just remember like, oh, that's a dude. Like, the people are like, oh, because I don't know if you're old enough to remember. It was the biggest don't spoil the ending. And when it was on, I was like, oh, it's a dude.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever saw that one.
It's not good. It's not good. It's just dumb. It's just like the whole thing.
Flamingos. Fuck
yes,
yeah,
any John Waters film.
I love Pink Flamingos. I showed Pink Flamingos to a friend of mine from the Army who, like, the least squeamish man on the planet. We have taken pictures of dead bodies and laughed about it. All right. He
allegedly
threw up. He almost threw up. He almost started crying at the dog shit. He just looked at me with hate. Like, why? Why would you make me watch this?
Mega's got a good approach. I tell my kids it's only in the movies and on TV. Yes, they're like unicorns or elves, or in the Lord of the Rings, you got the hobbits and the gays. It's their only solid approach. Obviously kidding, but yeah. Blink is a must-watch for the preschool crowd. I'm trying to tear through. We got behind. I mean, it does got flamingos. It's a nature program. Radical extremists are ruining society. They really fucking are. It's 2 in a row.
Oh, come on. Some of my best friends are radical extremists on both sides.
I've wondered why a woman would go to a dude gynecologist, mainly because women should know since they have home field advantage. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think of the home field advantage because they understand. I just literally thought any woman would naturally, and I get it in the 1950s when women weren't allowed to be doctors. I just figured they'd be like, this dude is a pervert. Like no dude went, I really feel serious about studying the women female anatomy. No, I honestly believe, I'm going to go on the record right now, I believe that any dude that wanted to be a gynecologist, the instant the woman leaves the room, he's sniffing his fingers. That's why he does it, because they walk out, they okay, goodbye. That's why he does it. That's literally.
Although, now that I think about it, though.
It's not all because sometimes you get a blue waffle. I remember the first time I got told to Google blue waffle and did. Oh, that stays with you. The hardest part was Forrest Whitaker. That he set up. I can't think of the other actor's name, but that was real dog shit. It was. That was the.
Divine, right?
Yeah, Divine. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I said. Sophie and Ken hit on it in the chat there.
Yeah.
I think that might be, being a dude gynecologist might be the ultimate version of smoking the whole carton of cigarettes when you get caught smoking as a kid, right? The thing is you're like, it's going to be awesome. I'm just going to be surrounded by pussies all day. Who doesn't need to go to the gynecologist a whole lot?
Healthy 20-year-olds.
You know who's
we said it at the same time.
Yes. Older women with lots of problems down there. You know what I mean? Like you ain't seeing, they're not sending their best to the gynecologist is on the regular is what I'm saying.
It's not swimsuit models. It's not Victoria's Secret models. It's you're leaning into the older Lane Bryants. Did I just do fat shaming?
Like,
I did.
I'm going to be a proctologist because I love young hot dudes' asses. Like, but that's not who's coming in every day. Son of a bitch. I came here to check the oil of 22-year-olds. There's like none of them. It's all a bunch of old dudes in their 50s and 60s.
I want to take a quick moment to point at TikTok and say, anybody that's watching us on there, thank you. If you're leaving comments, we got comments last week. I couldn't find them. Like literally said, "Oh, you got several comments," and they disappear. So it's not like we're trying to ignore TikTok. We appreciate you tuning in, and a lot of people tune out right away. Like, who are these two fucking assholes making fun of national tragedies?
Again, I think we just got to up our algos with the Chinese government. This is a one China podcast. Taiwan doesn't exist. Little Beijing Island. That's what I call it.
I didn't shy away from it. I knew as I was saying Victoria's Secret, my brain went, ooh, Lane Bryant, we're going to say it. So I leaned in. The instant I said Victoria's Secret, Lane Bryant popped into my head. So I knew I was going to say it. The male gyno is only privy if he has a speculum tattoo. I didn't know what a speculum was until my wife and I went through in vitro fertilization. We went through fertility treatments, and I accompanied my wife to a treatment to show support. And that was when I learned what a speculum was. It was just like, that's just going to open that up there. All right, well, there you go. All right, sure, why not?
I mean, I had one that I used as roach clamps back in the day, but
Well, that was it for the everything I had lined up. I mean,
I will say the worst people on my social media are both really happy and really sad about the Charlie Kirk thing. You know what I mean? Because like you shouldn't be celebrating the fucking guy's death. You know what I mean? Like I don't agree with him. It's like the people I know that were doing the happy dance for it. It's like I know you. You were just saying we should have cashless bail for cannibalism like a week ago. Like, now this guy should get fucking killed for like debating people or whatever. But then it's like the people going flags should be lowered in half. Man. Yeah,
that was a bit fucking much. That they were lowered.
It's like easy. He's a podcaster that hates immigrants. Like easy. This wasn't. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Oh my God. JFK, Martin Luther King.
I saw that meme.
Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars, and now the podcaster who hates Mexicans. Oh. He's on the Mount Rushmore of martyrs.
No, there's a meme out there right now that it literally says all killed because of words. And it's Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Jesus, one other person, and then Charlie Kirk. And it's like, this is maybe,
And then it turned out, it looks like it was from his own side of the fence. Turns out Charlie Kirk was too liberal. He was shot for being too liberal by people on your fringes.
I did have one more thing, and this is not blown up, and I actually am surprised it hasn't gotten bigger. I've only seen little things. I've seen it twice. There's supposedly a call for South Park to remove their Charlie Kirk episode. They did remove it?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, motherfuckers, because that's how you're supposed to combat the Charlie Kirks, is by making fun of them. Shooting them, bad. Killing people, bad. You absolutely should be allowed to mock and make fun of them, because that is how you combat the hate, is by mocking and making fun of. I didn't know they actually did pull it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it was pretty fucking rough what happened. But you know. Episode. He was the master debater.
Well,
and he died on his horse too, man. I mean, he died arguing that guns are not a problem.
Okay, it's still on Paramount Plus. Comedy Central pulled it. It's still on Paramount Plus, because I saw it the other day when I got Paramount Plus. But okay, so it's
he died debating that guns are not a problem in America in a segment that he called "Prove Me Wrong," and some guy said, "Hold my beer," and boy did he.
But seriously, I get both sides. I get what you're saying, that it is sensitive and it was a hard, but you have to agree with me on a little bit, where it's like, that is how you combat the evil, is by making fun of it, not shooting someone. The idea that South Park mocked him, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to mock and debate and talk.
Yeah, and I think not use. It's not the same thing as celebrating. And all these fucking people out there go, "Oh my God, it's all the rhetoric from the left."
Yeah,
it's the left. You guys got to clutch your fucking pearls if, like, your guy was Mitt Romney still. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. Like, really, you're gonna fucking shit on us for rhetoric, inflammatory rhetoric? Are you kidding me? Look at who you fucking got in the White House. Inflammatory rhetoric.
We're going to make fun of Paul for a second. I agree. I think the guy that shit him is a pussy. But he's got it. I can't type that. He obviously meant shot. But yeah, that was funny. Let's watch what happens after. Yeah, again, couldn't be happier that it came from his own side, because if it had been someone on the left, things would be a lot worse right now. Here's a new name. Matt Hugh. I just hope this doesn't cause a civil war situation. People talk. Exactly. That's what I was just saying, is if it had been someone on the left.
Man, have those fucking right-wing morons in my social media feed got real quiet since.
Oh, yeah. None of them are apologizing. Nobody's saying, we immediately, but yeah, no one ever apologizes. That's the other. And I did see Bernie Sanders' statement.
So up in arms about the rhetoric. I didn't see you guys getting that fucking mad when people were making jokes about Pelosi's husband.
Yep. Or the Minnesota speaker.
Tone down the hateful rhetoric on the right when Melissa Hortman was killed about a month.
That's just what I was saying, Minnesota. Yep. All right. That's what we got for today. Thank you for tuning in on TikTok, even though we kind of ignore you, but thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of the chat on YouTube. Love you guys. You make it so much fun, and lots of good jokes in the chat. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. I have all sorts of things. I write books. I have a 1-hour special on YouTube, Unapologetic. I have a t-shirt store. Jake can be found on every social media platform using the @ Jake Vevera, Vevera. He has his own special on YouTube, Unalived by Dog Pills. Paul has watched it twice. I believe he said it last week. Paul has watched it twice. Man. Yeah. And
much appreciated, man.
Yeah. So that's what we got for today. So let's just quick bang these through. Thanks for giving me that's all we do.
Thank you.
Propaganda war. Have a good week. Thank you, Rich. Take care. Thanks, Todd. And 4 times he has watched. Please tell me you've watched Unapologetic at least twice. Anyway, yes, like and subscribe.
Hell yeah.
Take it. Oh, Rocky, you did show up. I didn't see you. I was fixing lunch, or I would have said something. Well, good for you for... no, it didn't come from his own stuff. Was influenced by Antifa. And we're finding out that he was whatever. But we don't have time. So, all right, we're out of here.
One day, Charlie Kirk takes the booster shot, and then 39 months later, he just drops fucking dead. His neck just explodes. Oh, it was a gunman. Yeah, if you believe what the government and Fauci has to say about it. Wake up, sheeple.